Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njero. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a man on board, the man is looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. Today we are having a man, and I'll be telling you the kind of woman he is looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches, and the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contact of our guest will be on my Facebook page at Jenga Njero. So you can follow Jenga Njero on Facebook and you'll be getting these updates in real time. Our guest on today's show is Anthony, alias Tony, and our guest is from the United States of America. At the age of 48, you could be asking yourself why he is single, the kind of woman he is looking for, and things like that. The moment we attempt to answer these questions, that is the moment you begin to make a decision on whether or not you will be interested. At the end of the day, you have to make a decision, and these decisions are determined by the stories we share. Then you listen, you are able to gauge on whatever scale this is something you're looking for, this is not something you're looking for. At the age of 48, he is single and searching. He has been divorced by his wife for the last 6 years. And you all know the story that most marriages that don't survive, especially when they've gone to countries like the US, there's a reason. And when those partners realize that the differences are actually irreconcilable, there is nothing they can be able to do about it. And they make a decision to part ways. And when they part ways, then life does not end. One can move on, the other one can move on. And that is life, such is life. There are so many people who are watching me, and maybe they have been divorced, they have realized that the partner they had taken in the first place, for whatever reason, is somebody they cannot be able to match. Now, Mr. Anthony comes from Luo Nyanza, the Lake region, and his other name is Oduor, but he would appreciate if you call him Tony, because even in the US, they call him Tony. Tony is a divorced man for the last 6 years. He is a truck driver, and at the same time, he is doing something. He is investing in fish processing back at home. You see, there are people who do value addition back home, even when they are working abroad, even when they are daring abroad. There are so many people I've encountered, even on this show, who are also doing something on the side. Apart from doing the 9 to 5 job, they are also doing something to add value at home. So he is investing in fish processing in Kabondo something, that is actually not important, but still in Luo Nyanza, in Homa Bay, and he is doing fish processing. He is involved in that investment. So that is what he does for a living. So in the US, he's doing truck driving. At home, he is investing in fish processing, and he gets proceeds in every month. He gets his share, I think twice every month. That's what he said. So he can say that he is stable, and he's actually looking for a woman who is interested in marriage. These are his words. And a woman who at least if that woman does not have children, it's okay, but has the capacity to get children. And also, that woman should have 2 children maximum. That means if you have more than two, it could be a deal breaker. But again, it is of no harm if you try. It would not harm anybody if you tried to contact somebody and you feel like you tick all the other boxes. And Mr. Tony is looking for a woman who is between the ages of 32 and 45, and preferably somebody who can get a child sooner than later, because he wouldn't mind. It happens that in most cases, when you have children and you have divorced and you come from Africa, for instance, there are people who get married together with those children. In fact, if you look at most women who are on this show, even if they were divorced, they will go with their children. Most times, and as of the African culture, if the children are below the age of 18, the decision-making age, they are left in the custody of the mother, whether the father supports them or not. There are so many fathers who are raising other men's children and they left theirs. And there are so many women who are raising their own children without the input of the father. And it doesn't matter whether the father likes taking care of them or not. There are even fathers who are irresponsible naturally. But for him, even when he wanted to support, and you see, in the US, the system is different because you are deducted from your payslip. In fact, when you're taken to child support in the US, and there is no dispute of the DNA, paternity of the child, then you will support that child whether you like it or not. It will be deducted from your earnings, mandatory. Itakuwa ikikatiwa kwa mita na hakuna kitu unaweza fanya, but for him he chose to take care of them, and now they are big people. They are not in his custody, and they are not sharing custody rather. So he's looking for a woman between the ages of 32 and 45, a woman who is serious, a woman who is ready for marriage in Kenya or even in the US. However, that woman should not be having entanglements of the past. That woman should not be having entanglements in the sense that she is having baggages with baby daddies, unresolved marital disputes, unresolved sharing of property, marital property, succession politics, and all that. So he wants a woman who is clean from the past, in the sense that the woman is ready for another man without having to carry the burden of the former relationship, because he has divorce papers and he will therefore not be bringing a burden to somebody else. Are you getting the point? So there is no way that somebody is going to get in touch with a person knowing very well that there will be disputes. Nobody wants disputes for whatever reason. And he wants somebody who is interested, and somebody who is not just interested in going to the US. You see, you could date somebody, but the person hears that you are in the US, and now the paramount responsibility is on you to take care of them, to take care of the flight, to take care of the processing of papers and all that. He says he's a citizen. He was in Kenya, and he has actually built his own house in Syokimau. Syokimau is not very far from Nairobi. In fact, there are people who say they are in Nairobi and they actually live in Syokimau. Just like the people who live in Joska. Joska is in Machakos County. Syokimau is in Machakos County. The same way that Kajiado, you say Kajiado and you say Ngong, you say Kajiado, you say Kitengela, Rongai. It's just like Nairobi. So he has built a home there, 40 minutes drive from the Nairobi CBD, and he was here in December. That is where he spends the nights and the days when he is around. Mr. Tony is looking for a woman who is dedicated and serious. The woman, he loves life. He operates life on the fast lane. So there is no way he wants somebody who will come to premiere him hewa. He wants somebody who is actually serious, somebody who also enjoys life. If that somebody does something for a living, the better. So if you're that person, you could be interested. Again, I will be sharing his contacts on the first comment of this video, and at the same time, I'll be sharing the contacts on my Facebook page at Jenga Njeru. So you can follow Jenga Njeru on Facebook so that when I update these things, you will be notified immediately. Until then, this is Jenga Njeru. I don't know whether you watch these videos without liking them. I don't know whether you watch these videos without subscribing. I've realized we have an overwhelming majority of people who are watching our videos and they have not actually subscribed. If you have not subscribed, it is free to do that. You can take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that we keep on growing. It is better together. Until next time, this is Jenga Njeru. I'll see you in the next video.